I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud.
So who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now.
Errol Spence Jr., a first-hand casualty of Crawford's precise genius, now offers a candid and perceptive analysis, paving the way for a super middleweight clash that might shape an era. The ex-unified welterweight title holder didn't hesitate to back Terrence Crawford in the anticipated blockbuster against Canelo Alvarez.
Going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
In his opinion, if any fighter has the arsenal to leap 2 divisions and defeat the reigning super middleweight king, it's Crawford. Spence's viewpoint stems from personal encounters and a distinctive perspective, having fought at the pinnacle and endured a masterful loss to the switch-hitting talent from Nebraska. Spence believes the elusive drive for excellence is what distinguishes Crawford and pushes him into a venture where others would falter. In multiple interviews, Spence has expressed firm confidence in Crawford's drive and abilities. If anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off, Spence declared. While avoiding absolute predictions, Spence's stance stays consistent. Crawford owns the mentality and prowess to venture into unfamiliar ground and triumph. To Spence, Crawford's path to immortality goes beyond division boundaries and traditional logic, encouraging a dive into legend instead of just another belt retention. As Spence puts it, he's chasing greatness, so why not?
So describe Terrence's power, and when did you really get a feel for it for the first time tonight?
I got a feel for his power, probably like first, second round. He's a strong dude, but everybody at this top level have.
Canelo Alvarez reigns as the sport's top figure at 168 pounds, armed with a toolkit designed for devastation and a resilient jaw tempered by battles against top-tier heavy hitters. Alvarez's rise from super welterweight to light heavyweight showcases his capacity to endure damage and enforce his dominance on bigger rivals than any Crawford has met. The Mexican star's record includes wins over fighters like Sergey Kovalev at 175 pounds, plus grueling encounters with Gennady Golovkin and Dmitry Bivol. Rarely has a boxer shown Canelo's toughness against prolonged force, and his poise in infighting is unmatched. Crawford, conversely, is characterized by exceptional in-ring smarts, agility, stance switching, and a talent for adjusting to any approach opponents bring.
Come on! Yeah, get it! 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 Come on! Yeah, move out the way! Yeah, move out the way! Yeah, move out the way! Yeah!
As a welterweight, Crawford consistently showed stopping power, precision, and an unyielding will to dismantle foes. But the shift from 147 to 168 pounds is groundbreaking, due to both the bodily strain and the caliber of competition in heavier classes. Detractors claim that despite his excellence, Crawford has never withstood the kind of assault Canelo delivers or dealt with true super middleweight might. Expert Dan Rafael provides a detailed take on the size issue. The matchup between Canelo and Crawford shouldn't hinge only on their builds during media appearances, but on their histories of taking hits from boxers in their weight groups.
Like I said, there's not another mega fight that I can think of for Canelo. He said he doesn't really want to go up to light heavyweight. The one exception that he made last time I talked to him was he would be interested to fight. This was when I spoke to him about this specifically. This was in the days before he had the last fight back in September. So his one above super middleweight fight that he said he might be interested in.
Canelo's frame has adapted to enduring strikes from far bigger athletes, whereas Crawford's tolerance for such force is untested at super middleweight. The core question is if Crawford can handle Canelo's blows, or if Canelo can brush off Crawford's strikes effortlessly. No one grasps Crawford's in-ring dominance like Errol Spence Jr.
Speaking of footwork, did you watch the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight? Ability to land hard shots so tight. Crazy.
Yes. Their July 2023 battle for total welterweight control witnessed Crawford dismantle Spence in a manner seldom seen among elites. Across 9 grueling rounds, Crawford connected on 185 of 369 punches, with 98 power punches at a 60% accuracy, while Spence managed only 96 of 480, hitting just 20%. Crawford's mobility, positioning, and stance changes revealed flaws in Spence's game, prompting experts to deem only a once-in-a-lifetime talent capable of overwhelming a champ like Spence so thoroughly.
No 0% chance that he is coming into this fight with anything other than victory in mind. I mean, he really believes that this is his moment to shine and create a huge addition to what's already a tremendous boxing legacy. Besides just the money, I mean, Terrence Crawford can take a fight against anybody, make a good amount of money.
Spence attributes Crawford's mix of accuracy, versatility, and mental sharpness as keys to his supremacy. Crawford's sense of rhythm and real-time opponent analysis make standard tactics useless. For Spence, these traits position Crawford as the perfect contender to tackle the improbable, overthrowing a heavier title holder in a tough setting. Still, Spence is cautious, avoiding bold claims of success, instead praising Crawford's chase of excellence and readiness to embrace peril for legacy's sake. The prospective bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford goes beyond a basic matchup of bulk against quickness. It's a tactical puzzle where each boxer's top asset challenges the other's core strength. Canelo's method relies on persistent torso assaults, solid guarding, and strategic advancement. He typically wears down rivals bodily, using his strength and presence to dictate tempo. Canelo seldom gets outmaneuvered up close, and his evasion and retaliation have baffled top boxers for more than 10 years. Crawford, in opposition, employs a flexible control of space, weaving in and out, frequently changing guards and keeping adversaries off balance. His grasp of timing lets him strike with peak impact, often penalizing advances with exact counters. Versus Spence, Crawford's range management and deceptions opened paths for crushing hooks and uppercuts, ending in a display that cemented his pound-for-pound supremacy.
Tight, crazy, really just inches away from him, and he's landing these right hooks. Yeah. Oh my God, what a...
In a clash with Canelo, Crawford's flexibility and strategic acuity will face constant onward push and the sort of force that can alter a contest with one blow. Spence and fellow analysts concur that Crawford's optimal shot depends on using angles, sustaining side-to-side motion, and avoiding direct swaps with the larger fighter. The room for mistakes is slim. A brief slip could spell ruin against Canelo's arsenal. Past examples show that ascending several divisions to challenge a set champion brings huge hurdles. Iconic Great Sugar Ray Leonard, who conquered such jumps, has warned Crawford on the dangers involved.
You know, what about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap? Or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terrence.
I mean, that's true, but you know what? There's always a...
Leonard recommends maximizing motion, utilizing the entire canvas, and steering clear of prolonged trades with a stronger rival. Canelo's demonstrated endurance against light heavyweights highlights the scale of the endeavor. Commentators also discuss the effects of aging and fatigue on both combatants. Crawford, nearing his late 30s, reaches a stage where bodily drop-off can emerge, especially when taking hits from inherently bigger enemies. Skeptics reference his show at 154 pounds as proof that force and velocity might not carry over perfectly to 168. Conversely, Canelo's strike volume and crispness have seemingly waned in latest fights, with observers hinting the Mexican icon is beyond his peak. Spence stays resolute in his endorsement, noting that true excellence demands enduring trials. He admits Crawford's mission is perilous, but maintains that the abilities and mental advantage that caused his own loss could apply even at elevated weight. If any possesses the traits to dethrone Canelo, Spence argues it's Crawford. The excitement around Canelo versus Crawford stretches past Spence's individual opinions. Iconic boxers, commentators, and coaches agree on one thing: this is a genuine mega event without simple resolutions. Oscar de la Hoya, a past multi-weight champ, is conflicted. He recognizes Canelo's strong hit endurance and inherent bulk edge, but admires Crawford's in-ring wisdom, adjustability, and fighting heart.
Look, I mean, I really do think the fight, I mean, look, the fight can go either way, guys. Either Crawford gets on his bicycle because Canelo hits too hard, just like we saw with Skull,
De La Hoya sees the fight as a battle of spirit and brains, yet can't ignore the long-standing challenge of a smaller athlete toppling a top-tier larger one. Jaron Boots, an emerging welterweight prospect, issues his own caution. He thinks skipping 2 classes without a preparatory bout is a massive gamble, stressing that Canelo's stopping force has often dropped men near 200 pounds. Enes notes Crawford's talents are unquestionable.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68-pounder. He probably really should be at 60, maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So, so be it.
But the bodily gap might be unbeatable without fresh tactics and conditioning. And he recommends Crawford face someone at 160 pounds initially to adjust and gain needed bulk and toughness before tackling Canelo. Amir Khan, among the rare few to box both, provides an internal view. Khan saw Canelo as hittable but incredibly potent, while Crawford's slipperiness and exactness made him nearly untouchable.
I fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard and you could see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford.
Khan feels Crawford's agility and fight smarts offer a real shot, provided he dodges needless trades and fights smartly. For Khan, the fascination is in Crawford's welterweight frame, and if it adapts to super middleweight wins. Joel Diaz, famous for guiding Israel Madrimov, flatly dismisses Crawford's odds against Canelo, stressing the vital role of torso strikes. Diaz claims that although Crawford's guard switches and head dodging thwart head-focused attackers, his core stays exposed.
I think that Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for.
Per Diaz, Madrimov's initial body work clearly reduced Crawford's output. Canelo, possibly the game's top body attacker, brings an elevated danger, with the skill and might to erode rivals gradually. Diaz asserts Crawford just doesn't have the stamina to endure ongoing core damage at 168 pounds. However, Crawford's backers stress his capacity to assess and evolve amid pressure. Esteemed coach Teddy Atlas stays solidly behind Crawford, labeling the Omaha fighter's fight IQ, rhythm, and insight as rare X factors.
Come on! Yeah, get it! 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 Get it! Come on! Yeah, move out the way! 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 Yeah!
Atlas warns that while Canelo offers strength and history, his latest dips in output and pace might create openings for a talent like Crawford. Atlas thinks Crawford's stance switching, guarding abilities, and mental toughness could nullify Canelo's advantages, particularly if the champ underrates the depth of Crawford's offense. One spot where Spence and other specialists spot a possible edge for Crawford is in mental readiness. Crawford is broadly known for his thoughtful approach, steady composure, and skill in decoding rivals before and amid bouts. Spence, from direct knowledge, praises Crawford's foresight, adaptation, and visualization as special tools few own.
Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford.
Analysts observe that Crawford's emphasis on heritage and quest for pure, no excuse wins fuel his training. He has declined catchweight terms, weight limits, and rematch options, demanding to meet Canelo at full strength. Crawford's demand to confront Canelo without compromises shows a mentality focused on erasing all alibis. He pursues the hardest test and biggest risks, mirroring the ethos of legends who sought glory over ease. This mental resilience might be unseen, but it has decided top-tier fights where edges are fine.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah. He's the weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
As hype grows, the commercial side of the matchup faces examination. Promoter Samson Lucas highlights that the Canelo versus Crawford event could be fueled as much by appeal as by athletic value. The dangers to well-being and the validity of such a pairing are questioned, with some viewing it as a product of today's drive for massive pay-per-view hits. For traditionalists, the contest tests boxing's fundamental ideas. Can technique, rhythm, and smarts defeat pure force and bulk? For others, it's a profit-oriented show, meant to grab minds and funds alike. Regardless, the audience's interest is clear. as the idea of a smaller fighter defying odds endures as one of sport's timeless stories. Boxing's past is filled with tales of undersized kings daring to seek glory against bigger, stronger adversaries. From Henry Armstrong to Sugar Ray Leonard to Manny Pacquiao, some triumphed while others hit barriers. The leeway for slips in these pursuits is tiny, and the physical tolls are frequently harsh.
That nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him.
Ultimately, the split between Crawford's supporters and those trusting Canelo's bulk and power stays sharp. Spence aligns with Crawford, driven by direct involvement and respect for his foe's distinct skills. But even Spence concedes the hugeness of the challenge, stressing that while the route is tight, it's not unattainable. Boxing's finest instances are created in hazard, drive, and the unyielding hunt for legacy. The job for Crawford's camp in crafting a plan against Canelo Alvarez differs from all prior tasks. As training starts, the difficulty is not just gaining mass or boosting hit tolerance, but building a strategy suited to a rival who's a dual physical and strategic threat. Prominent coaches in boxing note that tackling Canelo at super middleweight requires emphasizing ongoing interference over direct punching swaps. Trainers reviewing possible strategies propose that Crawford's prime route to win includes rhythm shifts, fake patterns, and steady turns to disrupt Canelo's typical unbreakable timing. Rather than battling in expected bursts, Crawford's motion, surprise positions, and multi-level combos must generate pauses and uncertainty in Canelo's normally firm style. Diet experts and fitness trainers are tasked with creativity, as adding size without sacrificing nimbleness and speed is a fine line. In boxing lore, few have climbed this peak well. Stories are common of boxers who shed their hallmark flow and timing when bulking up for a weightier opponent. For Crawford's group, the coming months will focus on guaranteeing that greater build doesn't weaken the attributes, rhythm, reactions, and accuracy that define him as elite. The perfect outcome would have Crawford enter as a bigger athlete, yet still the same enigmatic challenge that has puzzled welterweights for ages.
But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
During the lead up to the event, press attention and psychological tactics will be key in forming views and possibly affecting each warrior's mental setup. Marketers, experts, and retired champs will scrutinize every action statement and face-off. In this intense setting, mental steadiness often matches technical prowess in importance. Commentators note that Canelo, with decades leading boxing, knows pressure well, but Crawford's cool nature might give a mental advantage. The dialogue from both sides, already heated, will probably escalate. Canelo's crew may depict Crawford's bid as bold or rash, while Crawford's allies will highlight the tireless chase of heritage over safety. Within this exchange, the athletes must stay shielded from noise, keeping focus sharp as the story spins. The effects of Canelo versus Crawford reach well past the pair in the squared circle. For budding boxers, instructors, and supporters, this matchup symbolizes boxing's timeless draw, the courage to envision past boundaries, to reshape what's achievable. In boxing, certainty arrives only at the first bell. Specialists can evaluate and forecast, but fate is forged solely in the ring's forge. As Errol Spence Jr. and boxing's other stars have clarified, the Canelo versus Crawford confrontation is a rare epic, a meeting of methods, powers, and resolves that will mold both men's histories. With audiences, combatants, and icons all opining, the sole guarantee is that boxing's gaze will fix on the ring when these champs collide. Will Crawford's skillful command and mental power suffice to surmount Canelo's established force and bulk? Or will the classic adage of a good big man beats a good little man hold true again? The responses will emerge not in talk, but in the harsh domain where excellence is won, never bestowed. And here's the big question to get the conversation going. Do you agree with Errol Spence's prediction on who wins Canelo versus Crawford, or do you think the underdog pulls off the upset? Let me know your thoughts. Who's your pick and why? Thanks for watching, fight fans. Stay tuned for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.